219-3458. And we can call him at any time. Afternoon is fine for you. In the afternoon is fine.
Can you repeat the phone number again?
What's that?
The phone number one more time?
973-219-3458.
Okay. You said 5 p.m.?
5 p.m. 5 p.m. is fine.
Okay, let's see. Can you do today? I can do today or tomorrow at 5.
Tomorrow at 5 is good. He can hear you. You're on loudspeaker.
All right. Hi, Albert. This is Juan with Vivint Solar on a recorded line. How are you today?
Good. Call it. Yeah, there's a call.
Good. I'll be brief here, Albert. I'm just going to get a couple things scheduled here for you, just so you know what to expect for that consultation with us. So to confirm, we'll give you a phone call tomorrow at 5 p.m. The phone number for you here, 973-219-3458. Is that the best number to reach you at?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your phone call will be about 10 to 15 minutes tomorrow. I just have some last questions here for you so we can best serve you for that call. Are you the homeowner here, Albert?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that a single family home or a townhome?
Single family home.
Okay. Do you belong to a homeowners association?
Negative.
All
I
right.
like that. I've never had that.
Do you currently have solar on the home?
Negative.
Okay. And then what kind of roof do you have? Is it shingles, tiles, metal, or a flat roof? Okay. Shingles. Is that roof over or under 15 years old?
Under.
All right. Did they tell you to say that, or is it older than 15 years old?
It is under. No, it's under 15 years old.
Okay. I just heard the rep kind of tell you to say
I had it
it's
done
under.
about 8-9 years ago.
All right. How do you get your bill from JCP&L? Does that come in the mail on paper, or do you get that online?
I think it's online.
All right. So Albert, if you can have a copy of one of those bills for the call tomorrow, that'll just help us get a custom design started for your home. And then with that bill, we can go over any potential savings that you can get with our programs here. But we're all set. We'll call you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Thanks so much, Albert.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Good. Later. So I'll speak the phone number that we.
All right. So when you're setting up the appointment, of course, first thing you're always going to do is set up the phone number, or search the phone number. So once you find it, click on that lead. And then first thing I always go for is the credit check. So before I do that, you'll do solar credit check here. Put today's date, save that, give it a 1 to 3 seconds, and then you click run pre-screen. That's the first thing we want to do, and it'll tell you excellent, good, not bad, poor. Anything that is not bad, good, or excellent, we don't have to say anything. We can just qualify the customer without having to mention credit or anything about it. So once you run the credit, you want to right click and reload the frame. And then once that is done, I like to just go into the time. So you're always scheduling in Mountain Standard Time. So because you wanted the appointment tomorrow at 5, I will schedule that at 3 p.m. our time. So how do I know we can call that time? This is the Rangers availability sheet. From here, we can see what the available appointments are. So I'm looking at tomorrow, 5 p.m., which is 3 p.m. here. We only have 5 appointments scheduled, so we're okay to schedule that. If they wanted maybe today at 6 p.m. because they're on the East Coast, I wouldn't be able to schedule that because we already have 22 appointments scheduled, so that's not one we would want to schedule then and there. Anything yellow just means that it's starting to get filled up, so just be cautious about it. It could be that 1 or 2 other reps may have already scheduled 2 or 3 appointments for that hour, so just kind of a warning. Maybe start deferring to 12 or 9 a.m. But again, always in Mountain Standard Time. We're taking calls in New Jersey, Massachusetts, Illinois, or New Jersey and Massachusetts are the main ones. And remember, those are 2 hours ahead of us. You'll get calls from Illinois, which is 1 hour ahead of us. So if they wanted 2 p.m., we'd have to call them at 1 p.m. our time. And then the big one is California, which is 1 hour behind. Well, California and Nevada, excuse me. California and Nevada. So if they wanted 2 p.m., we'd be calling at 3 p.m. But this will tell you if you can or cannot schedule, depending on what the customer is requesting. So back to Albert here. We scheduled them for tomorrow at 5 p.m. So this is this is the first thing I go to when it's scheduled on. Always to today's date, the day it's for. You'll click that, and then you'll have to modify the time a little bit. And then this is again how you get credit for the work you do. So MQL appointment scheduled by. You're going to put your name here. And then sales channel is always going to be set to inside. Now, once that is done, you can save it, or you can just move to the next section, the qualifying questions. This is what you're asking during the phone call. Now, the key thing is just getting the qualified date. If you do it right, you're going to get a qualified date after you save it. So as you're going through these questions, it doesn't go with the script. Right, so the script is: you are the homeowner, single family home or townhome, do you belong to a homeowners association. Some of them do go with it, right? So are you the homeowner? Yes. The roof in good condition. This is the question: is your roof over or under 15 years old? So that's what I mean by it doesn't go in order necessarily, but you can fill this out and then change it, kind of towards the end depending on what the customer says. That's how I like to do it. So I always just put yes, assuming that their roof is going to be under 15 years old. If their roof is over 15 years old, I will mark it as unknown. So it's only yes or unknown. You never want to put no for a roof in good condition. So shared structure. This is the question: is this a single family home or a townhome? Single family home, you can mark as yes. If they do say it's a townhome, multifamily home, you want to ask, do you own your roof? And they have to say yes. If they don't, we cannot schedule it. And we also have to ask the question, do you have your own separate electric meter? And it has to be yes. If they say no, it's not going to give you a qualified date. So that's the only time you mark yes and yes. But because this was a single family home, we'll mark it as no. You can leave separate electric meter blank if this was marked as no. Your home was built, we can leave that blank. No need to fill that part out. We can just leave these two. And then for this section, swimming pool is always default as a no. This used to be some of the questions we would ask before, but now it's not relevant. So swimming pool will always be marked as no. As long as a swimming pool is marked as no, you can leave heated swimming pool blank. So you don't need to fill out anything there, but you do have to fill out no for swimming pool. HOA, if they do have one, mark it as yes. And then you do have to ask, do you know the name of your HOA? Enter that here. But if they don't, you can mark it as NA because this one did not have one. And then internet access, always defaulted to yes. So again, this is not actually in our questions, but still mark this as yes, and then this should already be set to homeowner. So again, if you filled it out all correctly, this should be giving you a qualified date after you save it. Now next thing, as you're doing the qualifying questions or at any time during the call, you want to verify the address here. So to do that, you will click this button, Solar Address Verification. It'll open a little window here. Just want to give it a sec. And then as long as it gives you a green check mark, it means that it is good to go. Now, you always want to be reloading the frame after you do anything like check the credit or run the address. You always want to reload the frame so it lets you edit. If you don't reload the frame, let's say after you run the credit and you're filling this out and you go and try and change it or try and save it, it's going to give you an error. So what I mean by always reload the frame after everything is if I try and change this, it's going to give me an error. See, you'll get this error. So you always want to be right clicking and reloading the frame so you can edit your lead. So now if I try and change this to phone, save it, it will let me. And then of course this is the next thing. You preferred method of contact, you always want to put as phone. And then we're almost done with the lead. The last thing is just leaving the note. So that was a little before the end of the call. I like to keep it simple. First time looking into solar, yes or no HOA. The type of roof, they said shingles, and the credit is excellent. See that here. So once I have that done, I hit save, and you have your note here at the bottom. And then that is all you have done. That's all you need to have done to move on to the next lead. So your disposition, once you schedule the appointment, it is set disposition, MQL final, say end interaction, and you're good to go to the next account.